Shedeur Sanders demands positivity and gets it, as Myles Garrett calls for more. A sideline moment and tough locker room love highlight the rookie's journey from QB4 to leader. After a stellar preseason debut, Shedeur Sanders pushed back against criticism, with a request for positivity, and receive it, even as Myles Garrett challenged him to reach higher. Shedeur Sanders' preseason introduction was more than just stats, it was a statement. He demanded positivity, earned it, and fielded expectations with humility. With pundits warming up to him and veterans like Garrett pushing for more, Sanders' rookie season might just unfold into a defining journey. Shedeur Sanders calls out the criticism and banks some positivity. During the Browns' 30-10 preseason win over the Panthers, rookie QB Shedeur Sanders delivered a standout performance. 14 of 23 passing for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. But what captured headlines was a post-game tunnel exchange with veteran beat reporter Tony Grossi. Sanders playfully confronted him. "Tony, I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. You only say negative stuff about me. I ain't done nothing to you. What did I do to you?" The moment humanized Sanders, revealing not just a wannabe star, but someone craving affirmation amid pressure and skepticism. The narrative flipped soon after. Grossi took to X, praising Sanders' debut and remarking, "He put the pressure on QB2 Kenny Pickett and QB3 Dylan Gabriel to get healthy and perform next week." While Sanders' debut was encouraging, Browns defensive anchor Myles Garrett tempered the applause with a serving of realism. He acknowledged the rookie's bright start, but was quick to note it wasn't flawless. Garrett pointed out misreads, timing issues, and 2 sacks as areas needing refinement. Sanders doesn't shy from critique either. After the game he admitted, "Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did." That kind of self-awareness sets a foundation for growth and resilience. The Cleveland Browns practice field had the crackle of mid-August intensity, the kind that comes when camp legs are heavy but roster spots are light. Helmets clashed, cleats tore divots in the grass, and coaches barked from the sideline. But amid the grind, one voice cut through the noise, not loud but sharp. "Keep it positive. That's how we work." It was rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, standing in the middle of an offensive huddle, looking not like the new kid but like someone holding the keys to the offense. And in that moment, he wasn't talking about footwork or route timing. He was talking about energy, setting the tone. It's a curious thing when a first-year player tells a group of veterans how to act. In most locker rooms, that's a quick ticket to the cold shoulder. But Shedeur? He didn't sound like he was lecturing. He sounded like he was protecting something, the kind of atmosphere he's seen win games before the opening kickoff. Positivity, he explained later, is more than just a buzzword. You can't expect to win if you're spending all practice complaining about what went wrong, Sanders said after the session. Mistakes happen. Correct them, but keep the energy going forward. You can't have bad plays bleed into the next one. It was vintage Shedeur, calm, calculated, and always rooted in a bigger picture. The Garrett seal of approval. What happened next was even more telling. From across the field came Myles Garrett, Cleveland's all-pro defensive end and spiritual backbone of the team. Garrett had been working on pass rush drills, but he'd clearly heard the rookie's message. Walking over, the 6'4" 272-pound force of nature clapped Sanders on the shoulder pads. "He's right," Garrett told the offense loud enough for nearby reporters to hear. "We need that, and we need more of it." Garrett later expanded on the moment. "It's not just about rah-rah stuff. It's about staying locked in on solutions. The NFL's too hard to waste time sulking over one bad rep. Shedeur's got that mentality already, and that's huge. Coming from a veteran whose leadership is both respected and feared. That wasn't just approval. It was an endorsement. Why positivity matters in Cleveland. The Browns aren't strangers to roller coaster seasons. Injuries, high expectations, and quarterback controversies have tested the team's resilience year after year. In that kind of environment, negativity is a slow poison. It creeps into meetings, huddles, and even post-game interviews. And once it's there, momentum evaporates. Shedeur's approach isn't just youthful optimism. It's a competitive tool. The Colorado faithful who watched him play know he's been doing this since his Buffalo's days, keeping teammates' minds where they needed to be, especially when the scoreboard said otherwise. In Boulder, it wasn't unusual to see him patting a lineman's helmet after a missed block or pulling a receiver aside after a drop. Not to scold, but to reset. That same pattern is emerging here in Cleveland. Earning the right to speak. Of course, Words only land if they're backed by performance. And Sanders' preseason work has given him that credibility quickly. He's been efficient in drills, decisive in 7-on-7s, and calm against the blitz in team periods. The veterans see it. People forget, this isn't just some kid fresh out of college who's wide-eyed about the NFL, said Browns center Ethan Posick. He's been groomed for this, and it shows. You don't get pushback when you're doing your job at a high level. The culture shift Garrett wants. Myles Garrett has been vocal in recent seasons about wanting a stronger team identity. To him, culture isn't something you post on a wall. It's something you practice every rep, every meeting, every film session. Sanders' demand for positivity fits right into that vision. This league will test you every week, Garrett said. You're going to have injuries, bad calls, games where the weather's terrible. You can't control any of that. What you can control is how you talk to each other, how you respond. That's why I say we need more of it. And if it's coming from a rookie, all the better. Means it's catching on early. A moment that stuck. Later in practice, the Browns' second-team offense faced a 2-minute drill against the first-team defense. Garrett, clearly enjoying the challenge, batted down Sanders' first pass. The next play, the defense swallowed a run for no gain. 3rd and long, crowding the line, the defense smelled blood. Sanders? No panic. Just a hand clap, a quick grin to his lineman, and a laser to the sideline for a first down. The offense didn't score on that drive, but you could feel the energy shift. They weren't hanging their heads. They were still talking, still engaged, still believing. And that was exactly the point. Tyler's take. The easy story to tell here is that a confident rookie came in and said the right things. But there's more under the surface. Shedeur Sanders isn't just chasing a roster spot or a starting job. He's planting seeds. Seeds of a culture that refuses to let bad moments dictate the rest of the day. That's not just leadership, that's sustainability. Myles Garrett calling for more wasn't just an echo. It was a handoff. He recognized in Sanders the same qualities that have kept him at the top of his game: discipline, perspective, and the understanding that football is as mental as it is physical. And if both your franchise defensive cornerstone and your rookie quarterback are pulling in the same cultural direction, that's a rare and valuable alignment.